Hello everybody, today is Friday, April 13th, and it's 2:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm making the video quite early today. It's about an hour and a half before the regular session close. On my right you can see the computer clock and the date and the time. Our video is recorded in real time, and on my right is the time and sales for the Emini S&P, currently at 2:18 p.m., trading at 2661.50. Okay, first up is the NASDAQ on a 2584 Heikin-Ashi chart, and so far this did 1620 for the day, and it might trade again, but a couple of nice trades here. We had one loser here and two pretty decent winners, and here is our profit goal, 2250. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 4 tick. This one starts trading pre-market. You can see here we're actually quite active today. If I tighten up the equity curve, you can see we drew down here just under $400. That's only $200 a contract. We had a number of trades here. I would call this moderately active to active, meaning there's quite a few trades. Ultimately, it came up and hit its goal. We have a goal of 1,000, so we had a couple of ticks slippage. No shame in that. This has been a pretty consistent chart for us. Okay, next is the NASDAQ on a 987 Heikin-Ashi chart. Looks like several small losers here, but the winners were really nice size. Another couple of small losers here, but you can see these two winning trades here, a long and a short, both of decent magnitude. This did 1,025 for the day. Here is the template for this chart, and here is our daily goal set at 1,000, so we had a couple of ticks positive slippage. Okay, next is the Emini on a 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart. Again, a couple of relatively small losers, still drawing down about $500, and then followed by a couple of nice winners, and this hit its goal of $1,000 and had one tick of slippage. This is our template for this chart. So pretty nice execution here on the signals. Remember, our indicators doing a great job here. We didn't go long here because we probably did not get filled on our limit order, which would be at the close of the bar minus 3 ticks. Next we have the crude oil on the Super Renko 6 tick. This did 1,060. Here's the template. Our goal is 1,030, so we had 3 ticks positive slippage. This is basically $500 a contract, trading 2 contracts. This is our Emini S&P on a regular 5 Renko chart with a higher time frame filter. This has done pretty good for us. This hit its goal of $1,000, and we probably had a couple of ticks of slippage. Remember, we use a market order when we hit our goal. Here's our template for this chart. Our higher time frame filter is a Super Renko 6 tick, and obviously that worked out pretty good. Drawdown looks minimal here. Okay, next is the Emini S&P on a 987 tick line break, and this did 1287.50 for the day. Our drawdown here was only about $250. That's only $125 per contract. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 4 tick with a higher time frame filter. This is using a Super Renko 6 as a higher time frame filter. We've seen this chart quite a bit. Our goal here is 1,050, and that was hit, and just a couple of ticks slippage on that, 1 tick per contract actually. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about what markets to trade. The Autotrader handles the Emini S&P quite well, and using our higher time frame filter is a way to filter out noise. This is also a question that comes up a lot, is how do you deal with chop in the market? And here's a good example of a period of chop, and then the trend resuming, and the Autotrader handling it very well, taking only the trades to the downside and not going with the long trades that would have resulted in whipsaws. So This does quite a good job of handling the chop. And then again, you can see here, and it stopped trading when it hit its goal. I would consider the Emini S&P as difficult to trade as anything. It's got huge volume, it moves suddenly, and there's a lot of deception in this market. You have some of the smartest people in the world trading it because of its volume and its size. Algo traders can trade this, and I'm not talking about the kind that ours is, but institutional type automated trading strategies that scalp or trade with arbitrage can trade the Emini S&P, or large traders can trade the Emini S&P because they can trade hundreds and even thousands of contracts and disguise their orders. Nobody really knows what the institutions are doing. The way orders are sent to the exchange today, they can be divvied up into small sizes. So when somebody claims they know what the institutions are doing with their indicator, it's really not true, especially when they show it like on a 2 Renko chart. There's just no way you're going to tell in that small of a time frame when institutions are active. Nobody really knows for sure. The point is that the Autotrader does well on quite a number of different time frames in the Emini S&P. So studying the Emini S&P with the Autotrader, it's quite conceivable that you can come up with really good settings to fit your particular style of trading. Okay, again, the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 6 tick. This one starts trading probably pre-market. We drew down here about 325 per contract, or 650, and this one doesn't have a higher time frame filter, and you can see that we did take the whipsaw trades here, a couple losers here followed by this big winner. This one's trading 3 contracts, and then 3 losing trades back to back. They weren't very big, but nevertheless they had an impact. But the Autotrader is quite resilient, that it's able to come back from situations like this and then ultimately hit its goal. So this kind of demonstrates how the higher time frame filter can minimize your exposure to chop. If I go back to the previous chart, you can see how it was filtered out here. So pretty good example. Okay, here's another great example of the higher time frame filter. This is our Emini S&P on a Super Renko 2 tick, which is a very small time frame. Each bar is only 2 ticks, 4 ticks for a reversal. But again, the higher time frame filter, in this case, it's a higher time frame filter of the Super Renko 6. And you can see here that the small moves in the opposite direction were not taken because of the higher time frame filter. What the higher time frame filter requires, and I'm going to kind of zoom in here, is that the background, the higher time frame, is this background color, and this has to be in agreement with the trend indicator, or the Autotrader logic, which is based on the trend indicator, meaning we got to have red bars to go short and a red background. And that's exactly what's happened here, and we're not taking trades in the other direction because we don't have a green background for the long trades. And this worked out quite well. These trades can go quite a distance in some cases. So in this case, this market, I think the goal on this one is only 750, so we obviously hit our goal here. It was these 2 trades back to back that brought us up to our goal. This was moderately active today. Well, not really. There was really only a few trades. We drew down just a little bit and then came back and up to our goal. So again, the Emini S&P really coming through. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.